Hi there, it's Mystic Mandy with Queen of Cups Tarot here to do your daily collective reading. I got the Hermit, the Two of Swords, and the Seven of Cups. So I think I'm going to clarify the Two of Swords. Why is the Two of Swords here? Please, Spirit, why is the Two of Swords here? Why is the Two of Swords here? Got the Page of Swords and the Eight of Wands. This is about, okay. Really seems to me a lot. Okay, so I have again, the Hermit, the Two of Swords, and the Seven of Cups. I clarified the Two of Swords, and I got the Page of Swords, and I got the Eight of Swords. This is about, okay, clearly this is about, the Hermit card is about going off on your own. It's a card of solitude. It's solitude for introspection. The Two of Swords is a card of stalemate. It's if you see the person is blindfolded, they've got two swords behind them, they have a choice to make, and they're not making it. This card can mean that they're not making it because they don't have enough information, or they're not because they're refusing to see things, or because there's something they're missing. Sometimes I feel like they don't move out of fear also. And the Seven of Cups is a card of fantasy. It's a card of choices. It can depict substance abuse. But as you can see, these cups are in the clouds. There is a castle. This card's really about fantasy here. So we have the message. Okay, the message is coming through to me in a couple different ways. This can be you, or this can be someone in your life. And it's someone that's not communicating. They're not communicating. They've pulled away. They're not communicating. They're in La La Land. And they're not communicating. I wanted to know why they're not communicating. I'm going to clarify the Seven of Cups too, I think. But they're not communicating because the Page of Swords is a card of, for me, it's a card of learning. I feel like they're not communicating because they're trying to get more information. Because what I said, about not making a decision because they don't know enough to make a decision. But they're fighting something here. And then the Eight of Wands is a card of chaos. It comes through a lot of times when life is swirling around. Everything's up in the air. We don't know where we're going, but it's just to tell us that everything's about to fall into place. So this person is not talking. They're not moving because they don't know what to say, I think. But they're going to communicate because the Eight of Wands is also fast communication. What are they fighting? I want to see what they're fighting with. What are they struggling with? They're struggling with something. They're struggling with something in this quest to learn more, to make the right decision, to make the communication come forward. They're fighting something. What are they fighting? What are they fighting? What is the Page of Swords fighting here? What are they fighting? Pain. Three of Swords. We know a lot of people, if you watch tarot videos, you know that the Three of Swords is a card sometimes of third parties, but mostly it's a card of pain and separation and heartbreak. This feels more like pain. It could be, it could be, for some of you, it could be that they're fighting a third party because of this card. They have options, choices. What did I say earlier about choices? So this is why I really need to clarify the Seven of Cups. Why is the Seven of Cups here? Why is the Seven of Cups here? Why is the Seven of Cups here? Hangman. Yeah, fantasy, daydreaming. But the Hangman also healing. He's stuck. This is such a stuck energy in this reading. Here's the Hangman. You see, he's upside down, eyes closed, not moving. These two cards are the two most stagnant cards of the deck. There's no movement. They're stuck in their head. They're stuck in their head. You're stuck in your head. You're not moving. So I'm going to actually put these cards back in the deck, and I'm going to ask like what you should do. I think it's really interesting how my first couple readings were more advice, like life advice, growth advice, and I think I'm going to need to like talk to the spirits and tell them that's kind of like the direction I want to continue to take. But the message, I ask what needs to be heard, and I get whatever message I get. So this person, you or someone in your life, is stuck in energy. You guys are stuck in energy, and it's because either you're fighting off pain, it's probably mental pain too, because it's all swords, and swords are psychological, their thoughts, their words, their legal, mental health, they're fighting their mental health. Seven of Cups, the Hangman. The Hangman, I say, is part of the whole fantasy thing because it's ruled by Pisces, and Pisces definitely rules fantasy and daydreaming and delusions. So they're fighting off delusions, or you're fighting off delusions, or you're daydreaming. You could be, like I said, this is a general reading, so several things can be true at the same time, or none of them can be true for you. This may not be for you, but I mean, if you found it, it probably is meant for you. But there could be a situation where you are, I don't want to say imagining things because that's dismissive, but I mean, delusions is coming up, and that is creating things in your head that aren't real. I need more information, so I'm going to ask for more cards. So what should the collective do with this message that I've given them today? What should the collective do with this message that I have given them today, Spirit? It is relationship related. Once again, what should the collective do with this message? The Chariot. Three of Cups, Two of Cups, and the Chariot. What should you do? You got to make a move. You've got to pick. If you're the person that's stagnant, you've got to take a step. You have to go in any direction. Pick a direction and go. Go with your gut. What does your gut say? Don't listen to your head. Don't listen to your heart. Listen to your gut. If you can't decipher your gut from your mind, from your heart, find out where this situation is affecting you in the body. Like, where do you feel it in your body when you think about it? That's what you should do. That's what Spirit's saying. Because the Three of Cups is celebration, right? Okay, so the Chariot is movement. The Chariot is grabbing life by the reins and making a move. The Three of Cups, we do have another triangulation here, but the Three of Cups is about celebration. It's about joy. It's about happiness. It's about having a good time. You need to get out and you need to have a good time. You need to have more fun. You know what? So do I. This relationship is probably meant to be, even if things are tough and things are probably very toxic right now. But I do believe, especially with the hangman there, that healing is actually happening. Through this stagnation, healing is happening. But I did mention substance abuse also. The Three of Cups also depicts substance abuse. And again, there was a lot of full moon in the energy and waxing or waning, yes, waxing crescent. Waxing, full moon. This situation's about to resolve. It's about to resolve, and I think it may happen fairly quickly because the Chariot moves really fast. And I also want to point out that on the Pegasus that pulls the Chariot, there is a yin yang. Yin yang is the balance between feminine and masculine, dark and light. This is a union. This is a union. It's going to resolve. It's going to resolve. You're going to be okay. It is time for, if they're not moving, you need to. So I need more oracle decks. That would really help in my readings because I want to know, I'm going to use a different deck. This deck was given to me by someone who is very special to me. And I didn't have but just this deck when he gave it to me. And regardless of where our journey takes us, I'm always going to hold this deck very close to me. Oh my God, the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups. Once again, we were just with the Two of Cups. Where did the Two of Cups go? Ha! You can't make this up. Two of Cups, Two of Cups, Two of Cups. Well, if you have any questions about whether this love is real, I can tell you that it is because the Two of Cups is a divine connection. This could very well be someone that is a soulmate, that was a soulmate in another life. So, what are you going to do? I don't think I'm supposed to tell you what choice to make. I'm just here to reassure you that this is a natural part of the process in your relationship with this person or your relationship with yourself. But this is an outside relationship, in my opinion. So next, because we're getting close to the end, I'm going to do affirmations. What affirmations does the collective need to improve the situation that we're talking about? Today I am flexible. Today I will adapt to changes in my life with an open mind and positive outlook. Well, then I need to hear that one too. Today I am powerful. Today I know that I have the power and wisdom to accomplish everything I choose to do. Trust the process of your relationship. Trust the process of your relationship. Be flexible. Go with it. Don't fight against the current. And know that whatever decision you make is going to be the right choice, I think. So if that's walking away, I don't think you should do that. But if that's walking away, then that is the right choice. If it's walking towards the connection, that is the right choice. I do believe that it's going to resolve very soon, and you're going to be happy, I think, with whatever outcome you make, but you need to understand that this is the person that you're meant to be with right now. I want to talk about that too, because meant to be doesn't mean meant to be forever. And the other thing I want to talk about is not staying in abusive relationships. If there is domestic abuse going on, then don't. You know that you need to walk away. Trust me, I did it after 9 years and after 4 years. My last two long term relationships were extremely abusive. That's how I ended up in Hawaii. But if it's not abusive, and it could be a little unhealthy without being abusive. So if it's a little unhealthy and it's not abusive, then know that this person loves you just as much as you love them. They're being difficult right now because they are struggling mentally, emotionally, and they may be struggling with substance abuse as well. With that being said, I will see you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat station. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye.